And for sure, oh God, yeah. What Maga money? No intro today.
I started just it's unusual.
Oh yeah. What? That's what will happen October 11.
Mhm.
Election date October 10.
Yeah,
October 11.
after voting,
After voting, soon, on a Tuesday.
Wednesday will be here.
Yeah. Wednesday morning, suppose you be laughing. After if you look all in the war rooms. Yeah. Suppose you be laughing in the morning. Anyway, but should I keep myself? But what happened last night?
But what actually happened?
What happened? The whole world know. Ain't gonna tell the NFL around.
I was thinking,
Pressure, that's one thing. Got money there.
yeah.
Pick up the fly, because I know I'm the fly part of the fly.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
good morning. Welcome to the TBS here on Truth 96. Let me say, how's up to Kevin De Bruyne?
Look, I'm going to say, I'm not feeling the intro. I'll come back.
Well, folks, good morning. This is the TBS here on Truth 96 FM. Today is Thursday, 27 April 2023. Welcome wherever you're listening to us this morning. We love to say welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show. We're here up to 10 o'clock this morning. To all of our followers who are just joining us by Real TV, Truth FM Live, we love to welcome you. Give us a share as well. If you're just joining us by the radio, we say good morning and welcome to other people, the beautiful and wonderful people of our county Nimba, people from Grenjia, Grambassa, River says good morning. The people from Western Liberia always following the TBS, Bapolu, Bombing, Grand Cape Mountain County. Good morning to all of you this morning. To our folks from Central Liberia, County, people from Margibi, good morning, and sincerely to admit, Margibi is one of the biggest follower base of our Truth FM, so we'd love to say good morning to all of you this morning. You know, I expect a lot from you this morning because the guys who were protesting for the road construction inside, they say the way you're facing the road, you feel a good thing you're doing, but for all that we bereave. So this money is there when you bereave.
Someone just called the councilman.
Yeah,
a big football fan just called.
You'll be okay.
He said the defeat was what I used Justin proverb.
Yeah.
For what I basically. He said you check on Google, you can see that other thing. For what I basically.
But when you sincerely, you were going to that game with a whole beating.
We are high hope. Yes.
I'm sorry.
But on a serious, that all happened in election.
What is happening with the elephant? I want the elephant.
The elephant, look, the amount of attacks I received.
The elephant already fell.
So all kind of attack. But you should be taking us too, man. Let's also.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's lower the political tension down. You should be taking us too.
Yeah.
What I think for almost
Big
6
sister
months.
Olive Yanti, good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? Thanks for joining us this morning on the TBS. That's you, Olive Yanti. Always following Truth FM. Thank you for joining us. The belated birthday woman, I know she's angry, but whatever it is, you'll be okay. It says the bird placky. Yeah, you'll be okay. And the Arsenal stuff.
I said the tag all over.
You don't even know how to start the show this morning.
Why I keep tagging my one? You should be tagging. Let me call my former friend. Senator Darius Dillon, all the Arsenal men. Carrasco, Sekou Carrasco Demaro. You should be tagging Ambassador Joseph Boyka. That's not over there. Yeah, but Papa didn't watch the game. You're busy, boy. Yeah, Friday. So when you take 1 minute and ask and say what the result, tell you say 1-0. Soon game just started, but we'll go back and come back again and say 2-0. Oh. Yes, let's see. We'll give you the rundown what's coming up this morning on the breakfast show. I understand the 6th graders are going for the wax on today. Today and tomorrow is good. Having started on Monday with the 10th graders. No, the 9th graders, sorry. The 9th graders are going for the test on today. Yes. Monday started with the 10th graders, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6th grade as well. And today is Thursday. So the 9th graders are going. Next month, we hope to see our senior high moving out there. Yes, let's see if we can get to, yeah.
166 days to election, April 27, 2023.
You see Freddie guy all asking me what I good. Yeah, good. Yeah, leave us brother. It don't happen. Until 11, I'll be happening.
He's not too good, but he's okay. He will be fine.
All the political, the presidential aspirant in Baka. After you have conceded defeat, we'll practice America style. We'll say congratulations. They can say God bless America and make the country great. You will say congratulations to the person who will win the presidency. Open it, we'll call a press conference. Yeah, and we'll move on. Yes, sir.
We move. This morning on the TBS, we urge you, actually, as we always do here, we encourage the Liberian people to say no to any form of violence ahead of the elections. And we have been championing violence-free election. We've been championing the cause for Liberian people to continue to build trust and confidence in the Electoral Commission that is charged with the responsibility to conduct the elections. And once we have trust and confidence, they will have the burden on them to ensure that they give us, the Liberian people, the benefit of the doubt. But we trust they will do their very best, considering the fact that we're seeing the beginning of the process, the number of people who register per district. I don't know whether this was actually done in the last election. I can't really.
No.
I'm not sure it was done in the last election. So these are all processes that lead to a transparent and fair election, which we hope for.
I listened to your news this morning. She said something should be funny.
Yeah, people who will, as of May 5, they will start documenting violations. Yeah, because before you find somebody or you found someone guilty, first of all, you should have proof. So what's going to be happening now is that the Electoral Commission, beginning May 5, they will start documenting people who will be violating. For example, if certain statements or certain things you're not supposed to do, which will be considered as campaigning ahead of campaign, it will be documented, and then they can hold you by that. Once found guilty of such act, you'll be fined. According to what they fine is between $1,000 to $5,000 US. Yeah, around there. You're already looking for a campaign, man.
Imagine all the men. Look, but Monday will push the old man will say, "Finish put on a flyer vote." Yeah, case. Yeah.
So yes, we'll continue to do that. 8 o'clock to 8:15. Talk to your leader segment at 8:15 to 9 o'clock. For the first time since La Cosas College of Education was established, they have approved students' political activities on the campus. So today we'll have two sides. It's near like a debate. We'll have the leaders. Look, leadership as a whole, like we said, training up the child from the home. When they get in the bigger society, they will practice, or they will show what they practice over the time. Like I always tell people, leadership, whether political leadership or community leadership, whatever kind of leadership, starts from school, from the church, and from the home. So some young people are now trying to take over the student leadership at the La Cosas College of Education. So we'll have the two sides here this morning to tell their fellow colleagues what they intend to bring on board at the La Cosas College of Education. We'll have them here up to 9:05. Okay, 9:05 to 9:15. We'll take sports and entertainment here on the TBS as regular feature. The 9:15 to 10. We will review the U.S. ambassador's recent visit to several counties in Liberia, and we will have with us here George Wisner of the Collaborating Political Parties, the CPP, and in the midst of all,
country first.
This is not a cliche of the TBS. Yeah, it's a cliche of the TBS, in the midst of all, country first, and O'Neill and Mark are taking you straight to election. Yes. So that's exactly how the show is going to be this morning. We encourage you to stay on, give us a share as we delve into national issues this morning on the TBS.
Beautiful lineup this morning, and let's we can just go straight to our talking point. We'll get the lines open up and make a call from Benjamin Way. I'm hearing that students would not be allowed the calculator thing normally, which you had to get it sound muted. Those who go for WAEC, that schools in Grand Bassa, Paso from Mount Gibby and Montserrat will not receive any calculator for WAEC.
Why?
I don't know what's the main problem with that, because what I do a promise before, when you go into the test hall, WAEC provide these calculators for you. You will not receive it. What's the situation? So hopefully you can clarify and give us more idea about what is it. The children going out this morning, We hearing that for those in Grand Bassa, Montserrado, and parts of Mangibi County will not receive any calculator to sit and do that test. So, Dr. Way, if you monitor, you can call at least for a minute or so. Let's have more clarity on this. Yes. Let's move on. Something started happening before this talking point. Someone just texted me. There's a guy who was murdered yesterday just around the Freeport Belt, a Fula National. According to the information we got by armed robbers, between the hours of 8 to 9 o'clock in the evening hours. I mean, it's a sad thing. It's so scary. It's so scary. The guy got murdered in a cold blood just on yesterday. And this is the biggest thing on the Bushra Island. Even in the Fula community now, is asking the police to bring the perpetrator to justice. I don't know. The police too will have to carry on through investigations to find out who did the killing. Yeah, it's a scary thing. Yesterday we talked about the Kushbin and the drugs, right? Yeah. So Dr. Way is on the line this morning. Good morning, Ben. It's so pleasure having you this morning. Always monitoring Truth FM. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Unu, and thank you so much to you and Maka David for allowing this opportunity to pass out this emergency information to our 9th graders going to take the mathematics and science exams today.
So what am I hearing? Those in Montserrado, Grand Bassa, and parts of Mangibi, why would not give them calculator to sit the test?
It is quite unfortunate. The National Principal Association will make an official position on this matter. But as it stands, we are calling on principals in those counties mentioned, Grand Bassa, parts of Mangibi, that's the Dwazon Belt, and Montserrado. Students in those counties going to the WAG this morning should kindly borrow a calculator, take a calculator from a bigger sister, a neighbor, wherever you can lay your hands on a calculator that will help you to get through with these exams, especially the mathematical component this morning. Please do so, because WAG is not going to deliver the customized mathematical set as it was promised. Currently across the country, we have 3 categories of students receiving different kinds of calculators. The first batch of students received the customized mathematical set in, I think, about 9 counties. Where it informed us that those were the only available calculators. They were waiting for government to pay whatever allotment they needed to pay so that the additional calculators will be in the country prior to the exam, which is administered this morning. Unfortunately, whether it is WAEC negligence or government negligence, that will be addressed later. There is no calculator available for students in those counties mentioned. And so other students receive different form of scientific calculators. But those calculators that students receive outside of the customized one apparently were purchased from local vendors to fill in the gap. Whatever effort they may have applied did not reach Grand Bassa, parts of Mangibi, and Montserrado. So you have the 3 categories of students, some receiving customized calculators, some receiving ordinary scientific calculators, and some receiving no calculator at all. And so at this point, as leaders of schools, we are focused on the bigger picture, calling on our students to who did not receive calculators to kindly borrow one, go to the exams, and let it get through with it. There will be an emergency executive meeting called that will inform the position of the Principal Association on this matter.
So, what a promise calculator? I mean, did why promise then just ahead of the exams? I'm hearing this information. What they promise?
This is not about promise. This is something we pay for.
Oh, you pay for it. You pay for them.
Students pay $7 for the customized mathematical set. So the WAEC fee is $3,500, and the customized mathematical set is $7. Students pay $5,000 across all private schools in this country for both their exam and the customized mathematical set. To see that this money was not paid today or yesterday, to see that we don't have the customized mathematical set, apparently information reaching me on ground that government did not receive Kenyans at this time to get prepared as they leave their homes this morning. Ask in a neighborhood, ask a brother, ask a sister, and get yourself a form of calculator that could just make you to do basic calculations and get through with these exams today.
All right. Thank you. We'll definitely follow up on this matter, Dr. Wade.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. Yes, that is it. I will definitely follow on this matter. Those who going for, the 9th grade, WAEC is on 2 days, today and tomorrow. Please make sure you go with a calculator to sit the exam. Yes, it's 8 o'clock already. Shut up, we'll get the lines activated. We intend to speak briefly on this issue of non-violence. We're seeing what is trending now on the social media. It's just going back and forth. For all of the political parties, the chairmen, just have in mind, keep pushing this message out to all of your supporters. And as a media institution, we are gatekeeper of the society. And I'm going to make this very, very, very clear. All right? So we have to maintain the peace, say no to any form of violence as we get close to election. 166 days to our elections. All right? Say no to any form of violence, because what I said is we have conflict just everywhere in the world. People are settling their own matter. So if anything arises, we don't pray for this, but let's keep our own peace. Let's go into elections. Elections Commission now. Elections Commission is trying to prove everybody who have doubt over that commission. So you see, NEC, as the media is promoting NEC, and I think we should do so, NEC is coming up briefing the public on a daily basis. So to all of the aspirants, make sure the only thing we cannot control now, this issue of trucking, voter trucking that have cut across all around the country. NEC have not been able to control that. But with updating, I can say, yes, the Elections Commission have done well. For those 6 counties that started phase 1, all of the districts, the amount of people who have registered, NEC have informed the entire public. For example, district number 4, district 4 population is just like the whole Bombing County. 79,000 registered voters right in this district, I said. So all of the aspirants now start to do your own work. So as far as we are concerned, we have to trust in the Elections Commission. So say no to any form of violence. So as you take the podium, I'll listen up to Senator Johnson on yesterday. I watched that live, the interview he had on his own local FM in Nima. That was pre-announcing rescue number 2 that according to him. That's what he said. So as you present your candidate, Ambassador Boyka, you take the podium on tomorrow. Well, 90% now, this information I'm sure is factual, right? But at the end of the day, you should preach a non-violent message to your supporters.
Sure.
This goes to Cummins, and instead of Cummins, the same thing. Prince Johnson, whenever you have an interview in Nima County, remind your people, say no to any form of violence, respect the Elections Commission, all of the political parties. President George, I know you still on a 1 or 2 county, tour in Brembasser. Peace is the order of the day, because what we say so, you have conflicts everywhere in the world. People are settling their own matter first before they think about you. And Elections Commission, Darietta Brown, we have the confidence and trust in this lady. That's why NEC is informing the public on a daily basis. Some of you doubted that NEC was going to tell you how many persons registered per district, and they are going to do so for all of the counties. So it is left of you now to start to do your own work. Yes, my brother.
Yeah, so we will say in Liberia they have saying that when 2 elephants fight, it is the grass that feed it. I'll say this to say that especially to young people who are supporters of these political leaders, when they talk about violence, and most of the time when these things happen, the very people for whom you are throwing stones are in their homes. They are not in the street with you.
Yeah.
So there is no need. The process of electing leaders, like we are practicing a civilized system of government called democracy. So it's the game of majority. Once the majority of the people speaks, that's it. So there's no need for people to engage in the violence. We will continue to call on the Liberian people, especially, the reason we always make emphasis on the young people is because they have the zest, they have the energy, and they can be overzealous when it comes to, political support. And sometimes they do it to their own detriment. Young people, there's a need that we engage in a safer manner. We ensure that people we support them on the basis of what kind of leadership they can provide for the country that will have some positive impact on the general population of the young people. It's not that when a man win, you will give me scholarship. So anybody do anything to it, I will do this. No, it's not it. It's about the leader you're supporting. What can the country get out of that leader? What kind of programs and policies that person can perform to impact the general group of the people? It's not about being personal. It's not about this man. When he wins, when he's traveling, I will travel with him and all. No, that's not on the basis for which. So as we engage, as we move to these elections, I think it's a couple of months, 6 or less than 6 months to the election. All we have to do is we engage the process with a huge sense of civility. We engage the process with huge sense of nationalism, with huge sense of patriotism, that we are doing this for the country, not for a particular person. Even to some of you who are going into the elections, we know that the process of election is expensive. Okay, it's costly. We know that when you are spending money and sometimes you don't get the kind of outcome you want, it is frustrating sometimes, but we should place the country's interests above our own interests. Have this at the back of your mind, that any race you go into, you expect 2 results. Any race you go into, you expect 2 results. One, especially election 1, you either win or you lose. That is the fact. So in the first place, for the fact that you put forth your intention to run, no, firstly, that election is costly. I'm going to incur some expenses, and 2 things I'm expecting. 1, I will either win the election or I will not win. So, and look, don't be, you listen to somebody aspiring to tell you, but I know I will win. Like even yesterday, Mr. Andrew Tebbe, he said he's confident that you will win. Yes, people go into a race to win, but I can tell people in life situation, whether be a relationship, be it job, be it friendship, be it election, whatever process you're into, you have to create room for disappointment. When you create room for disappointment, then when it comes, at least you are strong to stand it. So we are calling on the young people of Liberia that as we go to these elections, our intention is to elect people who we consider the best, depending on what they are bringing on the table. We are not going into election to fight. We are going into the election with competition of ideas, and we select the best ideas that will bring transformation to the country. We, the young people, we're in majority, and you are aware. So we have the decision. If the young people decide today, the young people just decide, the young people say that it is Cummings that we want to become president, and the young people in general decide Cummings will become president, because you know what? The young people have the number. We are in majority as young people. And
you have the energy, you have the patience to go and stand online.
And if you decide that JMB, it will be. If you decide I want to be team, if you decide I want to retain President Weah, you will be retained. So if you decide I want Dr. Clarence Moniba, you can have him as president. If we decide I want Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate, we can make him president. So you forced me to go everybody
knew. You left council new, huh?
If you decide as young people,
council say he's the first person. He's the only presidential candidate that visited 300 counties.
So, Councilor Tiawan Gonglo, if you decide, so I'm just saying this to say that the young people are in majority, and we should respect the majority that we have.
11 candidates.
Councillor Luther
Yofi.
Yeah. Yeah. So absolutely, that's it. Like here at Truth FM, we'll continue to preach this. And one thing that we've been able to do, and let me say thanks to the CEO of this institution. This platform has been open to everyone to share their view. The issue of election, the radio station cannot make you win election. We only provide a platform for you to propagate your policy, your plan to the Liberian people. It is the Liberian people who will decide, having listened to all of the programs, and what you got on the table, and they will decide. So because of that, we've always left this platform open for everybody to participate. This is Truth FM, and I want to say kudos to the CEO of this institution. There's not one day that he has called us to say who coming, who is not coming. No.
And let me just add up to say this.
Yes.
Maka and O'Neill, we are humor. Just have it in mind. We will not be 99%. Probably we try our 95%. The rest will be left of you all. But the Liberian people will decide, not us. We try to play our professional role. The day President George Weah wants an interview, he will come. Right?
Yeah.
Tell him go in and out. Ambassador Boyka, yes, he came once on the TBS.
And we are hoping to bring it after the big pronouncement.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Alexander Cummings once, yes, I remember once. It was a joint interview with T-Max. Dr. Clarence Monuba, Sheikh Kuyate, every one of you, the platform is open in every media institution. Let me just say this out to my media colleague. If you are being used, if you are being used, do not be used. Because what I'm seeing in our press union chat room, I will not be the one to push the agenda for any political party.
We just provide a platform.
I provide a professional platform. Someone asking, what's your take on this Ambassador Boyka? Before we get the lines open up quickly with Jeremiah Cohen. Then I say, you want me? That is Boyka's decision. Well, for me, Yombly, since I've been seeing back and forward text. Why Yombly was not chosen by Ambassador Boyka? Jeremiah Cohen just came in a dime meaning because Yombly had an issue with the Liberty Party. This is my first 10 on this one, whether you like it or not. She had an issue. That issue was not settled. Went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruling in favor of Musa and that of Martin Kola, the Liberty Party. The best thing she have done back is go back to the party and move on. Then Boyka, in a sound mind and wisdom, will say like, yes, I'm not taking you as an individual, but I'm taking what? The Liberty Party. So, I mean, that one was just hanging on Senator Kanga. She could become a good candidate. I'm not ruling that out to running mate.
Sure.
But with you not carry the emblem of the political party, no. And mind you, in 2017, the people of Nimba County felt that Boyka, forget about it. In 2017, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this time around, this slot was not going to be even. And see, that's why I see Senator Johnson and Finney announcing Rescue 2 already. Rescue 2 already. And tomorrow, Liberians, turn out. If you want to turn out, fine. This is the political spirit. That's what democracy calls for. The day Cummings is doing his, it will be the same thing. George Weah to the same thing. And that means, do not violate on someone's right. The police should play a major role in this thing.
And just to emphasize in a minute, as the folks on Unity Party go about with their program tomorrow, we want to urge the Liberian National Police to be as professional as they can ever be. We also want to call on the young people. Look, like I said earlier, democracy is competition of ideas. Tomorrow, CDC had a 1 million for George Weah here, right? We didn't hear about any negative thing, people throwing stone. No, never. So when another political party comes to do that event, we sit, watch. If you're not part of them, stay home. Okay? If you're part of them, you go peacefully conduct yourself. After that is finished. Liberia is a civilized society, and we're not encourage people throwing stone, people, infiltrating other people's program and causing problems. So we call on the Liberian National Police to be as vigilant as they can ever be to ensure that the Unity Party program is successful. The next time, maybe after Ambassador Boyka, the next person will be Mr. Cummings will be announcing his running mate. Gonglo will be announcing his running mates. And also, aspirants and standard bearers will be doing that. So all you do is remain peaceful. Look, where you should really exercise your strength is when you are being, serve your ballot paper, when you go in a secret room, and then you flex your muscle to select who you think is the best leader for the country.
Great. Who you think the best leader for this country? And Lolo just announced we have a team of two political groups from Lacoste. Truth FM is introducing something first of its kind. And I hope other university colleges should pick up from this. There is a big debate coming up. Student politics. When you practice from the university, the colleges, you go out there on national scene. I think we expect you to know more better. So, in 10 minutes from now, we'll have a team from Lacoste. These are student body groups. There are two parties right there. Both of them were not smiling when I had to go in as a gentleman. I said, gentlemen, look, Dr. Benjamin Wade, the face of that school, I mean, he's someone who loves people to express themselves in a form of debate or whatsoever it is. So we'll give them the space to relax. They'll have 5-10 minutes of briefing. I'll take some calls. So the University of Liberia won't be seeing right on that campus. We have some student matter you can debate it on the radio. We're introducing something new this morning. The AMU University, at some point in time, student politics were banned for that campus in 2005. UMU, Stella Marie's, all institutions, they'll make use of it, So when we get on the national scene now, you have the experience already. So the team from Lacoste, two student body groups in studio, but let's get calls coming up at least for 10 minutes to speak to your leaders on the breakfast show this morning.
0770-202-579 is one of the numbers you can call this morning. You'll be live on the TBS.
0770-153-265. Call you, be like, let's hear from you this morning. In a space, just for last night, someone made a tag with me. I received more than 1,000 friend requests.
Yeah, you're sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's get the first caller go on the line. 1 minute per call. Good morning.
Morning.
Be audible now. Go ahead. Grand Ambassador. Well, you know the party love Baza already. But I people know say that Senator cool. No. In a city that I'm going to say I let talk. Thank you. In a model we're talking, I'm going to say no, they were. Yeah.
0770-202-579. Call and participate on the show this morning. Senator Johnson too, just let it count in the belly.
Yeah. Where you waste that, man?
I got a thing when someone started again be easy.
Yeah. Damn man. Program man get change. Yeah, we got quiet, right? Hey. Nima war, you waste that time. Morning. Have be audible. 1 minute, please. You said District 5 Ireve? Okay, that's an allegation.
You can't prove that.
Yeah, so, let's leave it. That's an allegation. Morning. Bombing. Okay, thank you. Any party, Maka, sorry, any party that will announce running mate, you get 1 month
to convince the Liberian people.
1 month, oh.
Yeah, 1 month.
Yeah.
But the argument from the caller, I don't know. The thing about it is, if the setting up the War and Economic Crimes Code is a system, and no one person can stop it. So if the government of Liberia through the legislature decide to set up the War and Economic Crimes Code with help from the international community, I mean, that's going to happen. And even Ambassador Boaka has been one of the campaigners for the War and Economic Crimes Code. So if he wins as president and renege on setting up the court, then he will have his own criticism. But so that's a decision of the legislature.
Any political party.
To say by selecting Senator Kuhn would mean that War Crime Code will not come. I mean, I see that argument. I don't buy that argument. I don't want to buy it.
Yes, so can we move on now?
Yeah, sure.
The guests, are they ready? Yes, I think the guests are ready. We can get them captured on the camera. Maka is going to run this with them. What happened? We still moving out accidentally. So
yeah, so
Richard Paul disappear. Yeah, you got a million to reappear.
Yeah, million to appear. Yeah. So yeah, while we're trying to capture the guests on camera, let me again say that young people, I will continue to say we have the decision in our hands to keep this country peaceful. You know, over the time we talk about the issue of job, the issue of empowerment, and all of that. So look, this 2023 year is a critical year. Okay, so let's see if we can join the team back there. Okay, we have all four of them. All four of them captured.
Yes.
Okay, folks. Again, we have a team of opposing teams from the Las Cosas College of Education, and we will give them the opportunity to tell us which group they represent, their names, what positions they want to occupy, and all of that. So we will begin with we'll begin with the lady who will start first, and I think I know the lady's name. Yeah. Yeah. So good morning, lady and gentlemen. Welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so let's hear you beginning with you, Ruth.
It's Ruth Seattle Sombai, and I'm contesting for the vice standard bearer on SAP tickets for the Student Police of La Cosa.
What ticket?
SAP, Students Alliance Party.
Okay, and the next person?
Okay, thank you. I'm Shadrach G. Marker, and I'm contesting.
I last name sounding like my first name, so.
Yeah, that's almost this last name is just his last name. So as I say, I'm Shadrach G. Marker, and I'm contesting at the Student Students Alliance Party.
That's good. And
okay, I've been Mario P. Wisa, Student Borough for the Progressive Student Party.
The Progressive Student Party, that's the PSP. Okay, that's good.
I'm Philip Marvelous Doe. I'm contesting as Vice Senate Bearer on the PSP party ticket.
That is good. So, before we can go into the details of what you want to do, how you want to, what is your view, your general? I'll start with the two standard bearers. What is your general view of being or running student politics or being a student leader? I wanted two standard bearers to throw light on that. What kind of politics you intend to run on that Las Cosas campus? So we want to know that firstly before we can ask you for details on what you intend to do as if you are elected.
Okay, thank you, Marker. You said my name, my last name is your first name, so I'm going to be speaking like you now. Sorry to say. So as I said earlier, I called my name, and our intention for this election. Firstly, before going to your question, I would like to make this crystal clear that everybody are here from Lacoste, and we are here to push the image of Lacoste.
Okay.
So we're going to get straight to the point. It's not about individual or it's not about whoever, but it's about Lacoste. So from this background, I personally, from the Students Allowance Party, I have intention that when we are ascended to the position as president for the college, to see how best we can help the students to get them on course. Because in Lacoste, we have some problems there when it comes to leadership. Students don't talk, students don't participate in some things. So since the administration have granted us the opportunity, we decided to take this the level to get empowered so that we can get the students on course. We can get them, we can advocate for them, we can lead them in the right position. So that's one of the major things we had on mind, that when we get to this position, we're going to work student collaboration and student advocacy.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, I'm Emmanuel P. Wilson. Let me take this time to say thanks a million to the administration of Lacoste under the good leadership of Dr. White. But Margaret, I like the way you put it.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I love the way you put it. The administration of Lacoste cannot do it all without having a good student leadership. So what the PSP intend to do, if elected, is to provide a good leadership that will provide and also help the administration of Lacoste when it comes to taking Lacoste to the high.
Okay, so the two running mates can also share their view on that same question.
Yeah. First of all, let me extend my thanks and appreciation to Dr. Wade, Lacoste Board, and the True FM for accepting us in.
Sorry for that. Sorry, let me see what is it. Let me set this stuff. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Go ahead, let's see. Oh, so I think I need a technician here to see how we can get this thing set. Yeah, I think so. So let's use Ruth. Go ahead.
What kind of leadership or politics we're going to run on Lacoste campus. For me, I believe it's a democratic form of politics and we're going to run on Lacoste campus. We are looking at our motto, we are one people, one voice, and one hope. And we hope to see Lacoste together, making a pathway in the education like era, putting Lacoste first for the map when it comes to the Mobile College of Education and making the entire world to know that there is a school called Lacoste. So thank you so much.
This mic is having some feedback. That's why I don't know if we can shift one of the mic. But let's hear the PSP. Yeah. Let's hear from the PSP, man. Let's see. Is this still running like that? Sure. We need to. So, Richard, I think you can see we can switch the yellow mic between the two PSP, the PSP ticket, the yellow mic. You can switch it between there, and then yes, you can switch the yellow mic right between there where the sheet is. The yellow mic that is in front of yes, just that yellow. Yeah. Yeah, so we're sorry for we have some little technical yeah. Okay, let's see how it's gonna be. So just place it a little closer to yeah. Yeah, okay. So go ahead now. Let's hear you.
All right, thank you. Like I was saying, many thanks to True FM and many thanks to our supporter out there listening all around. Our form of government we will take at La Cosa campus if we're having to mount the presidency and the vice presidency post as a student council government, collaborative or government in which we will involve all our campuses because La Cosa is not just GSA role. We will involve all of our campuses around Liberia. At least we all can work as one on one accord, one body, and have one graduation in Liberia. Yeah.
Okay, that is clear. So we will give the two presidential candidates. Are you guys qualified now as candidates?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will hear from you your plan. Maybe you can delve a bit a summary of your platform. You can do a summary of your platform. What kind of leadership you intend to provide for the students? So I think you're gonna be the student council leader because La Cosa have sites across the country. So your leadership will cover all of the sites. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, that is great. So let's hear a summary of your platform. What kind of leadership you intend to provide for the thousands of students or people that are in La Cosa?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Let me also say good morning to my supporters. Good morning to the people in Radio Line. Michael, what we have here for the student, if we are elected, it will wipe away the tears, of the student La Cosa. The first thing we have for our agenda is HELP, and the HELP has to do with help. All right. So it has to do with humanitarian engagement. On humanitarian engagement, we have the scholarship and student transportation. All right. So when we are elected, we're going to go out there. We have already prepared our communication, and we ask our supporter to photocopy their grade sheet or control sheet so that we can attach it to the communication that we'll carry out there to meet humanitarian, to meet field children, to meet politicians out there for them to come to the student aid of La Cosa when it comes to the scholarship. So on humanitarian engagement, you have scholarship and student-wide transportation. Because of the far distances, we have told us that we're going to be on our feet when we are elected and take the student council, presidential office. We're going to be all in the field lobbying, with politicians to see to it that the student of La Cosa have a bus or a student bus to reduce, the hardship that has to do with walking and other things. When students are walking, coming sometimes, the PSP feel bad, and then when semester like May 10, the final is coming, put it then out, the PSP also feel bad. So the first thing when we take the office, we're going to submit the communication we have here to the administration of La Cosa College of Education to maintain the financial aid, because La Cosa have a financial aid there for them to maintain it while we are going out there to lobby to see to it that scholarship and it's brought to the institution. So we also have empowerment, which is the E. Under empowerment, we have job creation and that of employment. All right, Margaret, there are so many, alumni, all right, that are still keeping their credential because not all of them have the ability to go out there to find a job. So the PSP is saying they're going to create the avenue that and whenever La Cosa is putting out graduate, they're not going to keep their credentials again. They're going to be picked up, for a job. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to establish contact with the National Principal Association, that Way is the president, and I got information that they will soon be going for election. And then the National Preparatory and Preparatory Association of Liberia, we're going to establish contact with them. And then we also have the Ministry of Education. We're going to engage them too to put the issue before them. And then, Michael, when we do that, whenever LACOSE is putting out graduate, the student of LACOSE will not go about looking for a job, especially for some of them that lack, the ability of getting a job. They're going to get a job, and the job will lead them to employment. All right. Then we have the L. The L there is good leadership. Under good leadership, we have decentralization and unity. So the decentralization, and we have a section. For the C, we have C1, C2, C3, C4, AA1, AA2, AA3, AA4. And then you go to the BSc program. We have coordinators in all of those sections. And we have secretary in all of those sections. So that means when we take leadership, everyone within the Wiley College, I'm talking about the student, they're going to feel part of the leadership. And they're all going to relate to, when there's any grievance or problem, they're going to relate to the coordinator, the secretary, then they take it to the Wiley Central Office, where the president, the vice president will be on the Wiley handle with the speaker and that of the Wiley Party chairman. Then we also have the P. The P there, we have project identification. Under project identification, we have a student center. We don't have student center. There's no student center. So when we take leadership, we're going to buttress the effort of LACOSE under the good leadership that way. That one man, he don't let up anything. All right. He loves good things, and he loves people that are creative, and he loves creativity while leadership. So we're going to provide our leadership to buttress the effort to see to it that student center is built. All right. And then under the one, that same project identification, we have medical first aid center. Market. It will surprise you to know that students will be in class, and because of headache, some of them will come up, I'm feeling headache. Because of that, they will go home. Because of that, they will go home and then forget about class for that day. So we have told us that when we take the leadership, we're going to have a medical first aid center where when a student is not well, he or she will walk to the medical first aid center, and then you'll be giving a PCM and paracetamol or something for headache. And then you realize that a little bit you'll be giving something that's soft drink, something that's soft, and drink to soften your heart, and then relax before going to class just to end the school day. You understand? But not because of headache, you just walk out and go. So the PSP is doing everything possible. And Michael, I have been into leadership. All right, I have been into leadership. So it's like taking fish and then sending it in the water.
Taking fish and sending it in the water, eh? Okay.
Were made.
That's the summary. I think the summary is okay. So yeah, we can also yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so we will go over to SAP. I hope I'm correct. Okay, so yes. So let's hear you as well.
I think just going to give a summary, like the SAP, we said we stand for real. Our motto, like the VP just quoted, one voice, one hope, and then one voice, one hope, one people. So everything we do it together. So to give you the summary of our party or the manifesto, we have 6 major things we are running after. 6 major things. And all of these things, I think that we've been working within the vineyard of the school, and then we want to carry to the end when we should have taken over as students leader. So the first thing we have on our platform, we got reliability. That has to do with transparency, accountability. We noticed that in Liberia, almost everybody want to run politics and say accountability and then transparency. So look at it, and then we paraphrase, because we from the educational background, we say we are dealing with reliability. That is, we are going to be real with our students. We are going to be real with our colleague. We are going to be real with our administration and see how best we can work in the confines of the students and our administration to get the things on course. And then we also talk about student advocacy. And out of the 6 major things, as I said, we catalog this one to be one of the major one because that is where we've been working from the vanguard of the students' body up to now. The student advocacy has to do with the process of talking for students and how best you can get them involved with the school. Like when we entered LACOSES before, we noticed that there was no student leadership, and then we wrote a letter to the administration, and then we appealed based on our advocacies, and then we were granted the opportunity that today we are sitting here discussing about students' leadership within the school. So we take this once advocacy to be one of the major things on our platform that we're going to discuss and want to look after when we should get into power tomorrow. And then we also look in the senior administration, the senior advocacy. Students were in a school reading mathematics, doing chemistry, manner. And then we advocated on behalf of students. No, when you're doing mathematics, you should do physics as manner. When you're doing biology, then you do chemistry as manner. And then we also wrote the administration, blessedly for us, they accepted. And then today, I think it's at the radio station, one of the journalists used to say the records are there. So you will notice that the records are there when you get on the campus to talk with the administration. And then also have students enhancement, students capacity enhancement. On the campus of LACOSES, students are involved in everything, but they don't put it out because there is no student leadership. So we as Students Alliance Party, we are willing to develop the enhancement of students, the capacity enhancement of students. That is, on the campus, you notice that somebody is doing mathematics, but some of the subjects in mathematics, they are not good at it, topic rather, like you're doing calculus. And then you are not good at calculus. And then I'm a student within the same mathematics department. I'm very good at calculus. So from our background of Students Alliance Party, what we do in our process, we call you students or call the students who are not good at mathematics, call them and then create a class for them. It's like today, since you're doing mathematics and you are not good at calculus, we're conducting a class. We're developing the students' capacity enhancement. We give it back to them. Like for example, as I speak to you, I'm serving as one of the lecturers, the TA for one of the lecturers at the college there. Because I feel to myself that God has blessed me and I've learned some of these things, I should not sit on it. So I go back in the classroom and help the students and help them with their lessons. Like African literature, I lecture most of the classes like A3, A4 upward. So student capacity enhancement, we take it very strongly on our platform. Recreational activities. From the time some of us enroll at LACOSES, we will always listen to people talking about UMU going for a game or STARS going for a game, but not LACOSES. And LACOSES is one of the best teacher colleges, college in Liberia, one of the best colleges when it comes to teacher, when it comes to education. So how will we have such education or such institution and the students don't find themselves in recreational activities? I think it's often said that without a play, make jack a dog or something of such. So we not always go to classroom and just sit down, teachers learn mathematics, physics, chemistry, and all of these things. But we don't have time to link with other friends out there from the very university. And from the recreational activities, I want to let you know something. When you sit down in a classroom and learn out of the book and you don't do communication or you don't connect with people, you find it difficult. Yeah, the whole life we live today is about connection. That is, in college, I leave from here and go to STARS and see somebody there, get connected to you. Maybe you go across the world to the next country, you could think about me. So recreational activities, we take it very personal. We're talking about hygiene and environment promotion within the school. You go to our campuses, we have bathroom. So we now, as Students Alliance Party, we're going to help to maintain, because we say, listen to hygiene, when we're way back down the line, I tell you, personal hygiene is the way we take care of our body every day. So we, as college students, we have to try our best to maintain that personal hygiene. So we're going to help in our process to see how best we can maintain the hygiene on the campus. Like somebody told us recently when we were passing around the VPNR, they told us, say, in this class here, one of the classes on the campus, they will say, we can sit down there because of the bathroom. And then we told them that's nothing. By the grace of God, we're just getting somewhere, we don't want to go in depth, but we tried our possible best. And then today, students can sit down in our classroom with a bathroom right by then, no problem, because we try to practice what we put on our platform. We are not here to give fallacy, as people can say. And the last one, we talk about academic excellence. The more you perform well in your classroom, in your subject, SAP going to stand with you, promote you, and push you to the next level. So these are things, these are our manifesto, and we are willing to implement when we should ascend to the power.
Okay, well, that was good. I think that was fair enough. The two standard bearers just provided what they ought to do for the students if elected. So we will give their running mates at least a minute and a half each to buttress their standard bearers. We'll start with Ruth.
Oh, thank you, Martha. I appreciate this. So, like my standard bearer said, I'm a woman, and as a woman, you support a very good husband, friend, and being a woman in an institution, especially the lone woman for all of the political parties, because I can say I am the only woman here. My face alone will tell you that SAP can make everything real that they put on the platform. I'm not going to lie to the students' body because I want to be elected. My being elected is not for my personal gain, it's about making LACOSES what they deserve to be all this long. It's about helping and buttressing the effort of President Benjamin Wei and all the administration there. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I hold on to my word. I hold what is in my heart and write what is truth. So with that, I strongly believe that all of this said here will be implemented on LACOSES campus if we are elected as president and vice president.
Thank you, Madam Vice Standard Bearer. Let's go to the two of you are prospective vice presidents. So let with the students to decide. So let's hear from the other vice running mate.
Yeah, strongly I will be closely working with my president when we having to mount that office. I will strongly work with him on the line of student advocacy and serving as liaison between the student council government and the administration, because there is no way we'll be president for the school when sometimes we need certain things to be done, we cannot link with our administration. So the administration is our major priority. As we are serving the students, we have to be there appealing on behalf of the students. So I will be in that solving problems, helping the president while focusing on some of the strategic plan to be here with. I will also be on the side, be as a liaison between the student council government, the party, and the administration. So that's my own major focus of LACOSES Student Council Vice Presidency comes this Saturday.
I hope the vice president will not be racing car park though.
Trust me, right? We've been in leadership and we attend a lot of universities in Liberia, and we hold a lot of positions. And just a short time on LACOSES campus, people can testify to our doing and our workmanship in the student populace.
Okay, that is great. All of the things that the two presidential candidates lined up, I'm following the live feed here. I'm seeing people comments and reactions to that. The new question we have developed now that we ask politicians, you outline you're going to do this. Some of you say how you're going to do some of these things, but somebody will ask, and the two of you will have to respond to this. What are your track records? What have you done in LACOSES? Because firstly, if you would do something that you promised to do, you have started doing something small that will show an example that yes, if we all of these promises, if we trust this person, they can do this. To the two presidential candidates, what are your track records? What have you done in LACOSES since you entered the school?
Okay, I think I first stated from the time I entered LACOSES, I first did my AA there, and I graduated 2021, January 29. And upon my graduation, I've been working, like I said earlier, advocacies. I've been
at the SAP standard bearer speaking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've been advocating for students on LACOSES campus and I will keep saying this, the records are there. The records are there. Go and check for yourself. And I've been giving back to the students as well. As I first stated, I told you earlier, I'm helping to teach some of the classes on the campus there because I want to give back. I'm not taking a dime, and I don't even want a dime because I'm a teacher by profession. They said learning, one of my professors at the college told me that learning has to do with giving back to people what you have learned. So I cannot be in this college and I'm done with AA and I'm in a BSc program. Then I'm sitting over what I've learned, other people there, and they need to get it back. So some of the things I've been doing in school, I've been talking for students and I've been giving back to the students on the LACOSE campuses.
Okay, let's go to PSP.
All right, Michael, thank you. Let me just tell you what the P stands for, because my name is Mario P. Wilson. The P stands for Backpack Tour.
Okay.
All right, Backpack Tour.
Wow. Is that a crew name? Okay.
All right. I'm from Green Crew. All right. So let me tell you something. If you call the name Mario P. Wilson, they will always tell you out there that name that can make things happen. All right. When I went to acquire the teacher training knowledge at the LACOSE, at that time we were located at the Metallist. All right. That Saturday, I remember when now that away, when he took the lead and that morning he came by, he said, gentlemen, all of you put yourself together. We are going at the Kissy camp, the LACOSE new building, that we're all going to clean the building. And we were in long queue. We walked there, and then we cleaned the area. Michael, it was surprising to know that I used my hand and I took one feces on the ground. Today we are enjoying the building. I think that should be one of the major impacts. Today, other people enjoying it. You understand? We clean the building. Today, LACOSE is LACOSE through the good leadership of Dr. Way. I will never forget that because he took the lead. He said, gentlemen, we are going today. And we clean the area. Today, LACOSE, when you enter there now, you make the place.
Okay.
Contribution. The second contribution I may tell you, Michael, the people that are at the LACOSE, the professor that are imparting knowledge into us, you know, because of the feeling and love I have for them, Michael, I'm not owing a dime. I'm not even owing a real. I'm going to disclose to you my financial clearance.
Wow.
Because when you owe a dime, then it means you don't have to extend to the student and cancel that position that you discuss the president. So you want to go there to clear a real? No. I have my clearance here, my financial clearance here. So that the second thing there. That should be the second major one.
Is the financial clearance any requirement for running for president?
No requirement. There's no requirement. It is not a requirement, but I'm saying to you, if you own a school, how do you expect for the professor to be paid? To be paid. It means you are killing them slowly. And you are also embarrassing the office of President Wade. So for Emmanuel P. Wilson, I'm clear. And let me say this to you. The reason why I kept talking about scholarship is because I want for our sisters and brothers that dropped below the line. Some of them dropped, they couldn't end the semester. Some of them today, they are dropping. Some of them don't have money and all of that. We want for them to come back.
Some of these proposals can be good. Even on the scene of national politics, sometimes you listen to some of the candidates, the aspirants, they make some of these big pronouncements to buy public sentiment. But sometimes to implement them can be difficult. How do you intend to do that?
Okay, Mark, let me tell you something. What the child say, I will show you right. They were already in the child. Let me tell you something. During the inauguration, when you hear that, and the PSP is elected during the inauguration, I will call you by phone and you'll go there. We will give the first number. We have already given letter out there. We will give the first number. We're going to appeal, and the larger one will be, we're going to appeal to the government, to the good leadership of President We are. You understand? To extend the local scholarship there. I know the technical know-how. I know the way to get there. And I want for my student to be one number. You can be police student also for school fee and all of that. They don't have to wait to pay. They say academic accident. How will you get accident when student they put it in our daily basis? Or daily basis they say accident. I feel for my student because when we have the scholarship there, market, you know what you realize two things. The enrollment will increase and teacher salary will increase, and the office of one that where you will flourish will have good news.
That is powerful. You want to react to that?
As I said earlier, we are here to represent LACOSE. So, speaking of excellence, I think your question, if I can get you right, what you have been doing for LACOSE.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the question. So I think it was better we directly address the question, like we go that far. But talking about excellence, academic excellence, as stated on my platform, I'm willing to provide that. And as I said to you, I will keep saying it until I can leave this broadcast. I've been working for the students populated on LACOSE campus. The records are there. I've been giving back to the students. The records are there. So coming to say, how will you get student excellence when people are out of school fees, financial excellence? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to directly address the question you posed to me. So I don't want us to deviate from the question. I don't have much to say. I've been doing it for LACOSE. The records are there. I'm in a position, the vanguard, to continue doing it when I'm elected.
So the two of you answer this question. When you are defeated, will you work with the team that will be elected to move LACOSE forward? Because all of you, the platform that you listed, have some contribution to make to the institution. So now because you are defeated, so you wrap the platform or your manifesto and you add it and throw it in a garbage bin.
My manifesto will keep going on and on. As I said, I will keep giving back to LACOSE. Even if I'm elected or not, I will keep giving back to LACOSE.
Will you work with let's use a conditional term, if you are not elected, will you work with the team that will be elected?
I will be willing to work with them if accepted.
Okay. Let's hear you, Wisa.
Yeah, Margaret, thank you.
Wisa like calling his name. So Wisa looks like, wait, let me say something. Wisa looks like the current days politicians, but you look more like a diplomat.
that's not good at that.
Yeah, I like that marker. I like that marker. I think I would like for the Standard Bureau for SAC to just
when the man defeat you, you work with the man. Simple question I ask you.
Just make it clear that he will be willing to.
Wisa, if the man defeats you, will you work with the man government?
Oh yes, I'm going to work with the administration of LACOSE, and I'm going to work with the student and council government. You know, say if only they will accept because that day. But let me tell you something here. He will be willing to work with me. I wonder what if I knock of it.
But you already said you willing to work with the man too.
Yeah, I'll be willing to work with him, boy.
I like that.
But working with him. Yeah. I will be working with him as the president for the student council.
No, the question you answered earlier was if you are defeated, you work with the man. Why are you afraid of defeat? Politicians are not afraid of defeat.
Margaret, I have never been defeated.
Yeah. But everything get beginning now.
No, I never been defeated. This one.
I've never been defeated. And you know what you realize? When the PSP is elected, there will be a one party system on the campus.
When the PSP is elected, it will be what?
Because of the implementation of the PSP agenda, we're going to implement everything that we are saying here. And once it is implemented, the PSP party will be untouchable. There will be no party that will go against the PSP.
Wow.
There will be one party system.
LACOSE true we party.
We are true party.
So I hope you will not be somebody who will rule according to party lines. Once you're not from PSP, you may not have opportunity. Is that the kind of leader you will be?
No. No. I'm not driving that far. I'm only saying to you, because of the work that we'll do when we are elected. When everything is implemented, everything is on course, for party to just come and another party to go against her, no elect, ain't no wasting water on their back. They won't make that. So it will be the only student-based party from one party or a very strong party that even when you put their name in your mouth, people will always.
Okay, let me take supporting comments from the two running mates, then we'll open the line briefly for interaction. Let's begin with PSP, man.
All right, like what my convert and stand-up bearers said, students, public, want to encourage all of you guys. We've been trusting us, right? And let me say what I have done for LACOSET when I was at Bernadette branch where I attended and got my associate of art degree in school administration. We were the president at that end. We supported our student council government. We gave scholarship. We brought on a Richard Namekon to help. We gave computer to LACOSET. Bernadette branch gave computer to LACOSET at Central. So a lot of work we've been doing in our own advocacy at LACOSET. So coming now for this higher position, please trust in us, believe in us again, what we did for you guys, and put us back on the map and make us the vice president and president as LACOSET University, LACOSET College of Liberia.
Yes, Ruth.
Thank you so much, Marga, for what I did and what we did. We started our advocacies even before we were known in LACOSET. And Marga, you should know me, or you know me too good that
I know you, but the LACOSET politics, you stand by you. Ruth, I know you, but LACOSET business, you stand on your own.
No, always on my own. I stand for what I believe and work with who I believe can make it happen. Okay. So with our platform, aside from advocacy, I've built a relationship across the student board at the KCCAM, but also have a relationship built at Sina Hill, where I trust students that we can come together and discuss issues. So the essential of that, our platform is real. There are other things in the Puebla that we will not say, but I can tell you, as a woman, a beautiful and bold woman like me, I can make anything happen any part of Liberia.
Wow, but you're sounding
I can tell you plainly that LACOSET going to be on the map. LACOSET going to be known not only in Liberia, but across Liberia. And LACOSET going to have even a award for international people to put them on the map, to tell them that their labor for all of these years had never been in vain, and tell me that this party is going to make it happen. I'm not saying it to impress anybody or to make it look like I want to make somebody look ugly, but I can tell you that Ruth Seattle, Sombai, and Shadrach Maka, when they are elected, LACOSET are going to be the best school that any other person would feel so good to be part of.
Okay, you already standing there, Madam Joel Taylor. Okay, so folks, you're joining us. You can call us on 0770202579. Let's have interaction. You're listening to the two parties from LACOSET College of Education. We have the Student Alliance Party, the SAP, and the Progressive Student Party. Yeah, that's correct. The SPS. The PSP, right? Okay, the PSP. So you can call on 0770202579. LACOSET is one of the popular colleges in Liberia. And sincerely, I have admired the level of impact they have made when it comes to teacher education in this country. So you can call to participate. We have the teams here from both sides of the divide. And I think, let me appreciate them for the level of civility they brought to the platform. We have we have one diplomat and one politician. 0770202579 is the number. If you are from LACOSET, you want to make an import, you can call this number. Why we take some more import from the candidates here. So the presidential candidate, tell us your relationship with administration currently. Oh, you're looking at each other who to talk first. Okay, let me begin with Makai. Is that correct? Makai, okay.
The problem is that I've been like be the first to always talk, so that way you see I want to give him a chance. Yeah, you see that people be like I just overshadowing other things. Yeah, when it comes to the relationship of the administration, I'm not going to say much about that, but I'm working along with the administration. I got communication with them, and
you are afraid before they say administration will support you.
That's not the point. That's not the point. But I just want to let you know that I got a good steady relationship with the administration, and I'm working along with them for the benefit of the student populace.
Yeah. All right, Margaret, thank you. The name remains the same, Mario P. Wilson. But let me say this to you: when you have food on your table, you'll be very careful so that the food can leave for them. Meaning, the standard bearer for SAB, the man is a lecturer there, and he works with LACOSE, so you got to be careful when you come to what to say concerning the relationship there, so that food can get off it. So let me get with that. And we have a very good relationship when it comes to the administration of LACOSE and the board of commissioner of LACOSE. And Mark, let me say this way, because of the good relationship. The first timetable that were placed on the board leading to the election, we were to have the debate on the 14th of this month, Friday, and then the election on the 17th, Monday. You get what I'm saying? But when the PSP look at the timetable leading to the election, the PSP were able to craft a document, a letter, and I have the letter here. Have a letter that was submitted, and we have placed 3 into 1, concern, appeal, and recommendation. So we wrote a board of commissioner, and we said to them that our concern has been issued, on the date of the Wale debate and the election. And then we are appealing that the time for the election be extended to another day, and then the debate day be extended to another day. The recommendation we said, the election day should be extended to Saturday, and then the debate day should be extended to Thursday, because we have the debate on Friday. Friday is a holiday, Thanksgiving Day, and it will be denying the people that want to lead the students. So we put that in our letter, and then we say Monday, like we said, don't have any class for Monday. All right, it's also, no people will be denied. So in short, when we send the letter, we send CC Cabinet to Dr. Way. They were able to interview and to intervene. And today we are sitting here. Today is Thursday. So our recommendation will appear everything whole.
So when is the election?
The election is Saturday.
Okay, that's good. So in 15 seconds each in your non-violent.
Okay, before sending my non-violent election comment or message to the students, I want to make a correction from the Mr. Wuse by saying that food on your table. I'm not working with the administration of LACOSE College. I'm just literally there to give back to the students. So that correction be made clear. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. That's just make that correction clear. I'm not going to say that. My witnesses are there. The records are there. Okay. Free of charge. That's why I'm doing, because I want to give back to my fellow.
That's great clarity. Thank you for that. You were smart to pick that point. Thank you. So yeah, the message, 15 seconds.
We are here to say, I'm saying we as Students Alliance Party, the Standard Bearer and the Vice Standard Bearer, to let our students know, the students populace to know that go on Saturday, vote free, fair. Don't listen to people. I often said to people when we're running the campaign, I said, vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. If you mind, because Shedrad and Ruth will come and say, we'll buy you a car, vote for us, then you will not get us. Vote your conscience. If you think you can vote for us because you trust us, you believe in us, vote for us. We will need your support, and then we want you to vote for us to get the best for LACOSE. Thank you.
All right. To all my supporters out there, the Progressive Student Party, please come up with your number, and come Saturday, so that you can make the difference, you can make the change in a peaceful manner. Please come. There's no confusion. Please come in that peaceful move to, make the change that we need, within the student body there. Thank you.
Yeah, the two of you just do it quick as well.
Okay, let me send our thanks and appreciation again to True FN, also Dr. Wade, LACOSE family. We want to say thanks to our supporter out there listening to us. Let us all come together on Saturday and make that day a virtual day for the PSP party. Thank you.
Okay, it's often said that if your dream don't scare you, that is not a dream. And I'm going to say this and say it to the body of Lacosers and all of those listening that this lady speaking here in our team definitely going to make it to the election. So come on Saturday and vote us, vote right, and vote us all. We believe that we can make this happen. We're not going to attack personality and make it look that we already afraid of the election as somebody working with administration. So whatever it is, just on Saturday and vote us and make it happen. Thank you so very much.
Okay, we've been having a team from Lacosers here debating the upcoming election on Saturday. Coming up next on the TBS Sports here on Truth 96.1 FM.
What happened with Arsenal?
Arsenal won't hear from somebody now. That thing get pressure. If you manage, you get stroke.
Now, who are you talking about?
Arsenal. We're not here, Papa. I tell you, Sitoni Bebo. You were with Sitoni King for Guinea.
But so you can put any Arsenal pressure for you to die?
No. Arsenal pressure can't kill me again. I pass. No, Jago said that I will be looking. What are the BO? Didn't BO? I don't even went here. What? Arsenal pressure that's mounting. The guy that will let a club, even my just say that again, a tap them.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Passionate Life. In the midst of huge criticism about his recent condemnation of the Liberia Football Association National League, soccer legend James Deba said his statement was figurative, mainly directed at players plying their trade on the local scene. The mighty Barrow legend recently said he can prepare himself in just 3 weeks and score 20 goals in the first division, alluding to the weak nature of the country's top flight. In further clarification of the comment after huge criticism on social media, Deba said he has no intention of ever playing football again, noting he was only trying to expose the flaws and how substandard the local league is as compared to neighbors in the sub-region. The 53-year-old, in addition, said he was basically trying to convey the ineptitude of our strikers in the league. The former PSG forward wonders how possible it is that his 37-year-old goal record of 27 has not been broken by any striker in the league. Former Nima United captain Dominic Savix recently guided Pinswell FC to the Liberia Football Association First Division League, becoming one of the recent players in the National League to qualify a team to the First League as a coach. In 2021, Savix took over the third division side, Pinswell FC, as head coach. In 2022, he guided the team to the National Third Division playoffs, which were held in Grand-Bassel as one of the representatives of Monserrato Sub-Association. Pinsville finished as champions and was one of 5 teams that gained promotion to the Second Division League last year. In his first season guiding a team in the country's second highest league, Savix has qualified Pinswell FC to the top tier of Liberian football. They finished second with 57 points, won 17, drew 6, lost 5, scored 74, and were the joint top scoring team along with Tuni FC. Defender Dominic Savix captained Nima United from 2011 to 13 and also went on to play for Leicester FC. He was part of Ansu Keita's technical setup at the famous Honor 17 team. Chelsea, when just fans think that a measurable campaign cannot get any worse, the Blues managed to crash through the ground and plummet to new depths. Wednesday's 2-0 defeat to Brentford at Stamford Bridge marked the first time Chelsea have lost 5 games in a row in all competitions in 30 years. All 5 losses have come on club legend Frank Lampard, who returned for a second spell as manager on 3 April. The 44-year-old had already claimed the unwanted record of becoming the first Chelsea manager in the club's more 18-year history to lose his first 4 games in charge, with last week's Champions League loss to Real Madrid. That loss, though, was against one of the best sides in Europe. On Wednesday, they faced a Bradford team who are in only their second ever season in the Premier League and had now won in 6 games prior to the trip to Stamford Bridge. Lampard is Chelsea's third manager this season after Thomas Tuchel and Graham Potter, and the fans' frustrations at an expensively assembled squad losing while once again barely laying a glove on their opponent was apparent as the few still in Stamford Bridge at full time greeted the whistle with boos. And finally, Pep Guardiola says his Manchester City side have proved they can deliver when there is no option but to win after beating Arsenal to put the Premier League title race in their hands. Guardiola's team beat leaders Arsenal 4-1 at Etihad Stadium and are now 2 points behind with 2 games in hand. City have 7 matches left, starting with Sunday's trip to Fulham before home games against West Ham and Leeds. City remain on course for a triple of Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, with Guardiola saying the experience of his players knowing what it takes to win in the final stages of the season is proving crucial. And that's it for sports.
It's going to be on the beat.
Exclusively at TonesLiberia.com.
It's what TV I am. See the way she look among her body like a rolling. It's pacifying by pressure from the Asian stories. It's a mighty see I get a girl. You can stand there, you can stand. It's in your mind, your body style. You can take it easy, take it easy. I said take it easy, take it easy. Yeah, take it easy, take it easy.
Yeah, this is a tribute to a legend.
It's what TV I See the way she look among her body like a rolling. It's pacifying by treasures from the Asian stories. It's a mighty see I get a girl. You can stand me, you can stand me. It's in your mind, your body and style. You can finish it. Take it easy, take it easy. I said take it easy, take it easy. Yeah, take it easy, take it easy. Take it easy, take it easy. Take note and be wise, be smart, open your 2 eyes. No time for bluffing, calculate before you tante. She will screen you today and leave you tomorrow. Come back to me and leave you with sorrow. Robbie, take it easy, take it easy. I said take it easy, take it easy.
Right there.
Yeah, take it easy, take it easy. Take it easy, take it easy.
Yeah. Yes. I think I'm learning after you.
As we have moved our back anyway with promoting our arts and culture over the years. Music now, I mean, have taken over the entire country. Our music and musicians for this election period now. We'll like more of our artists. I need to do campaign songs so they'll benefit one or 2 cents from our normal politicians. Yes, welcome to the last segment of the True Breakfast Show, 96.1 The Heart and Soul of Liberia. The guys in Sakliti Ban, I'd like to recognize you guys this morning. You guys are doing extremely well. Lane, Cyprian, Sheikh Sharif, Peter Pan, Toba, and the rest of the team in Nima, always bringing us on the breakfast show every morning. Good morning to all of you. Yes, welcome to this last segment. We have in studio, well, this place now is like his regular. We want to say this to every other political parties. This is Truth FM. Our doors are open. So when we'll send in the invitation, so sometimes, George Wisner is on. When we make the invitation, Renee to come, always showed up. So it be from the CDC, from the Unity Party, the LPP, of all of our political parties who have. When we extend our invitations, once you're available, you show up, and so be it. So George Wisner is here with us to share breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock. It's 20 minutes down, 9 o'clock. Good morning, welcome to the last segment of the breakfast show.
Good morning, O'Neill. Remember why you ask me what kind of show? What kind of show?
No, I'm just saying it.
What kind of show? Because I don't know.
No,
it's the same thing. But I think you should call them. They should call us. Yeah, they should make. They should take advantage of it. But when people don't have something substantive or policy issue to discuss and border their politics on personality, then you have these kind of things. They will always shy away once. And your show, I listen to your show, is issue driven.
Yeah,
you deal with issues.
We try to
topical issues.
We try to balance it.
Yeah, that's why
we reach to all of the
CPP, Mr. Cummings, we want to run an issue-based campaign. We want to say to the Liberian people what we'll do for them. We want to discuss the big policy issues. That's what
you're always going for the issue. I'm sorry we're starting out like this, but the CPP guys will always go for the issue.
Yeah, because if you look at it, if you want to govern the Liberian people, if you want to take them from where they are, you have to have a clear vision, a clear roadmap of where you want to take them to. What are the issues? How you intend to resolve those issues? And that's what sets Mr. Cummings apart from all of his other competitors. Not that the other guys are not qualified, but when it comes to the way they exercise leadership, you find a difference between them. Mr. Cummings is very clear about his vision for Liberia. He's very clear about why he wants to run. He's very clear that this country has to move forward. And so he goes to the people not to say, just elect me because I'm the most handsome guy in town or because I'm the most popular person in town. He said, no, elect me because where Liberia is right now, we need to revive the economy. We need to bring jobs. We need to get people from the ghetto. And to do this, this is what I am going to do. That's what it is about. And that's what this election is. That's why we are so strong on discussing the issues.
The issues. With 166 days, I remember starting up with the countdown. The moment I started the countdown, 300 days to election, the next day I saw Elections Commission picking it up. Now, if you go to the Elections Commission website, they're also doing the same countdown. The moment I started 300 days to election, the next day I saw the next coming out 299 days to election. So with 166 days to our elections, what is the CPP? How far is it? What's the progress? What are your movement? What are you doing?
I can tell you this much. I'm sure the CPP will be in your studio in the next few days to tell you about the upcoming convention.
Okay.
We are very
you have a convention.
We are a very organized group of people. We're going to have our convention sometime.
It should be in May.
Sometime in May.
Okay.
At that convention, we are going to resolve on several issues, including our platform, including our slate of candidates, not just for presidency, but also for the legislature. And we're going to indicate how we intend to address specific issues in Liberia. So we're going to have this convention. Growing out of that convention, you're going to see the CPP vis-a-vis the 2023 October election.
I must say there's an open mind on the brain from the name CPP. I mean, you have done well. The both Liberty Party and ANC have done well, maintaining the brand, the CPP. What's the convention the Liberian people anticipate? You talk about the convention some part of next month, between the 13th and 14th of May. What's the convention the country should anticipate from the CPP?
Well, first of all, the convention is going to bring together stakeholders from across the country, mainly supporters of the CPP and members of the CPP. The convention is going to be such that the CPP is going to, in a way, formalize the vision of the Standard Bearer and of the CPP, and that is going to be our vision going forward into the elections. That convention is also going to look at some candidates, list of candidates, and announcing various legislative seats. Also, that convention is also going to formalize in a way the Standard Bearer ticket of the CPP. Mr. Alexander Cummings is the presumptive Standard Bearer. He is our Standard Bearer. In a way, we are going to be presenting him to the nation as. So we are going to be doing.
Is it most rather maybe Nimba or Grandba? So why are you carrying the convention?
Again, even though I'm not here to speak on behalf.
Yeah, but probably you could tell the public. That's not secret part thing you do. The public like to know.
The convention is going as I'm hearing. It's not formalized yet. It's tentative. I think they are looking at Nimba. Like I say again, and I don't have the liberty to officially speak on behalf of the convention committee. They have the committee. They are planning it, but. I want to believe it's more likely or not going to be in Nimba.
So after the convention, I mean, before going to other things, we anticipate that I'm more concerned now who's going to be the running mate from. And it's not been in the comments. Who's going to be the running mate? So, like, when you wait, now they are still 166 days. So, right after that, the running mate is not an issue that it will be announced.
Look, let me tell you, running mate becomes an issue, especially in this election, because it had never been a serious issue
before then.
Yeah, before then, the issue has been about who the Standard Bearer is, because more likely than not, the Standard Bearer chooses his vice Standard Bearer. But it has become an issue, maybe growing out of the experience of the 2017 election. When my party at the time, my party, Standard Bearer Joseph Boakai at that time kept the entire nation guessing because of the caliber of people that were lined up to that could have been possibly running mate. For example, Mr. Bromsky, that was
Bromsky was close to be a running mate. Okay,
I can say this openly on this,
in 2017
on this show. I mean, it was part of
the discussion.
I'm sure we've gone through that, but yes, there were discussions. Bromsky was close to be trying to have one ticket that was rejected. President Finlay, you know the story that Edith Gonglowe, you know the story, and then in the final analysis, we elected Senator
Emmanuel Nukwe
at the time. And you will notice when we did that, at the time, our opinion pool, Mr. Boakai's opinion pool, was sowing. He was up there in the opinion. When he selected that vice Standard Bearer, the opinion, his rating dropped and never recovered.
So is it an issue of the face now? Because before then, people just look at the Standard Bearer and forget who's the running mate.
So where I was drawing out, so that disappointed a lot of people because they thought that we had someone, a little bit distant in terms of what it brings to the ticket, other than the Bromskins, the President Finlay, the Edith Gonglowe of this world.
So now the running mate should have your own number now. Now the running mate need to have your own number.
Now it has become important because in this election, I want to believe, one, because again, you have the vice president. People have not forgotten about 2016, but then you have an added factor. You have the vice president has a little bit aged, so the likelihood of anyone who becomes his vice president is actually going to be
the
president of Liberia because of the age. Then you also have Mr. Cummings as well, who is doing a lot of work, and because of the sensitivity of Liberian politics, they also want to know, since his own a mantra to save the economy, and so who is going to be that running mate that he can assign critical tax to, whether they will be capable of doing those tasks. So it has become an issue in this election, mainly because of 2017 and what happened in 2017, the vice president current age, and knowing that anyone he picks is likely, in an unlikely situation, because we're going to win the CPP, but in an unlikely situation that it falls on him, you know that if you're going to be electing, you're not going to be electing Joseph Boyka on any ticket. You're going to be electing his vice president because of all of the communications that I told you. So I think this is the reason why people are asking a lot of questions about vice president.
And you're talking to a lot of people. I guess the CPP is vetting a lot of names too. Is that probably you also is not sparking up in the media, or you're trying to control it? But I guess you're vetting a lot of running mates to the CPP ticket.
No doubt.
But why is it we're not hearing in the media? I mean, other thing, like other people just exposing things.
Because we do ours differently. Look, Oni, if you went for interview for a job and you guys are listed for the interview, we don't announce until we already have the candidate. Then we tell the other candidates who are not successful. We write you or we call you and tell you have not been chosen. But we don't conduct our interviews. We don't conduct our vetting processes in the media, in the radio, on social media. So as soon as we are talking to Joe Blow, then we have it all on. No, we have a different way of doing things.
But you're talking. Talk is going. But I'm a bit confused, Wisner. I'm not saying nothing. When I turn left or right, I just can see who's going to be the CPP on the running mate with Cummings. But yes,
so
everywhere.
What I'm sure what you're asking for, and I get your question. Your question is you want to know who's the running mate. Okay,
apart from that, there are a lot of political parties that issues have been going on social media already. Like Brains are aware of it.
No, the only political party that I know right now that is in the social media about vice president business is UP.
Yeah,
I don't know of any other political, and that does not mean that any other political parties are not having.
Are you negotiating? It's the CPP you negotiating. Is it Liberty Party? ANC is okay with the CPP, or are you talking with other political parties?
We're talking with a lot of people, and I can tell you, a week from tomorrow, you could see a flurry of permanent Liberians openly gravitating towards the CPP. You're going to hear some endorsements and other things. The way we do this, I told you again in your studio. For us, the Liberian
I'm recording you.
Yeah, the Liberian people are our clients. We take our case to the Liberian people. It's the Liberian people that are going to elect us. It is not political parties that are going to elect us. In fact, a scientific survey has shown that only 28% of the Liberian electorates identify as members of political parties. The rest of the 68% or 62% are not members of political parties.
Silent voters.
So some of them are silent voters. Some of them are what we call undecided voters, sitting on the fence. They're professional people. Those are the people we are making our case to. Mr. Cummings is busy himself meeting those people. Just yesterday, Madam Cummings.
Teresa Cummings.
Madam Cummings was in Bond County.
Okay.
She was meeting with women in Bond County to share the Cummings vision. Just Saturday, we had our team headed by a fellow called Solomon Colley in Grand Basel, organizing a meeting with women from the different divisions, gearing up. Just a couple of weeks ago, we met with marketers from the 57 markets of Monrovia, influential leaders coming together and gearing up for the campaign. We are taking our issues to the people. The people will be what matters. We don't feel, again, I tell you, we don't feel entitled in this process. We don't think this is a popularity contest. We don't think it's handsome boss speed contest. We think this is for the soul. It's about the soul of Liberia. It's about resurrecting the Liberian people from getting them from where they are. So we have to go to the Liberian people, we have to convince them. We have to work overtime. We'll not be complacent and sit on our laurels.
I'm concerned. I'm asking this question back and back. Is the CPP, apart from the ANC, the Liberty Party, are you negotiating with other political parties? Are you talking?
Answer your question.
Yes. Because I'm still trying to figure out which of those parties you're talking with. Why is it? I'm back again. Why is it the CPP things is not in the social media? It's not been run just everywhere.
we are talking to a lot of parties. You heard recently, even when some officials of the PLP went to we.
Now you're talking.
You saw the backlash. A good portion of the PLP came out and say, "Hey, wait a minute. We were in discussion with the CPP. We had an understanding with the CPP. So you leaders, you are the leaders of the party. You on your own, you can go, but the rest of us will remain with the CPP." That's why you see the likes of Benito remain with us. Channel Jalo remain with us in the PLP. Again, like I said, we are not so much about the political parties, but the individuals. We are also talking to the UPP. When the UPP executives decided that for some reason, whatever incentive from the government, they decided to do that way, you saw a good portion of the UPP remain with us. I can tell you, for example, you're going to hear from River G in next week, a very, 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 very strong person, big fish, announcing his support for Mr. Cummings. You're going to hear that from Magibi. You're going to hear that from Bong. You're going to hear that from Grand Bassett. You're going to hear that from Lofa. We're taking our issue to the people. You're not going to win election on Facebook. We know that we're not going to win election on Facebook.
On social media.
The number of
the Facebook is a different thing. The reality on the ground is another thing.
The number of Liberians that don't go to Facebook are far more. In fact, I was just looking at some statistics that somebody shared. It said about 13% of Liberians are on Facebook or social media. The rest of the population, the person in Bogoje, the person in Nanaku, the person in Wologisi, some of them don't even have the electricity before they will go there. We have to reach to them.
So you don't bother about the social media at most
No,
time.
we do. It is unnecessary.
Probably you could come 5%, 10%.
We are there. What the point I'm trying to drive, I hope you get the point.
Yes.
The point I'm trying to drive is you have to be holistic when you are approaching the situation. Social media has its own place. For example, it's the best and fastest way to meet people in the urban communities and peri-urban areas. But I am saying that CPP, we take that. We also think that what is important for us is to reach the generality of the Liberian people. Because that's your question. You say you don't see what we do. And I'm saying you don't see it because we don't conduct all of our activities on social media. Because social media is not going to win us the election. Social media is a good channel to get to our supporters, a good bit of them, both locally and internationally. Don't get me wrong on that. But the main thing is our foot soldiers in the community, in the counties. And this is what we're doing. And so if you don't see us very loud, say talking about vice president on social media, it doesn't mean that we are not doing anything. You know the dog? Watch the dog on the water. You see the dog get on the water, and by the time you look after 4 minutes, you see the dog on the other side of the lake. And you wonder how it gets there because you don't see it flapping its wings or so. And you think that the dog is doing nothing. No, the dog is on the water, but under the water, the feet are petting and moving the dog forward. That's what we do. That's our strategy. So we don't have to be. And I told somebody yesterday, somebody asked me, UP is going to be, Bota is going to be announcing his running mate tomorrow. I said, I'm not in running mate competition. CPP is not in running mate competition. We will continue to consult with the Liberian people. Recently, you heard the Liberian people talking about
the John
opposition unity. Not necessarily
the John Ballot thing.
Yeah, but we consult with everybody. We get everybody's point of view.
What do you hear from them? What do you hear? Because you've been reaching out. You have your field members moving up. When you go to Liberians, what do they say? What do you hear from them on a sincere note?
On a sincere note, what I hear Liberians say is that Mr. Cummings is the most suited to get the country from where it is. Because many Liberians have realized that the problem confronting our country is not political, but economic. It's about the survival of Liberian people. It's about the bread and butter issue. It's about who can bring back the companies that have left since Mr. Weah came. Who can expand the economy? who can put people back to work, who can cause family income to increase such that mothers and fathers won't have to lose control over their children because they can't afford to their children, so their children have to turn to drugs. It's who can help. And to do that, you must first have an economy that is functional for everyone. Then, if the economy is functional and the middle class is expanding, no doubt you will find that the governance and other things, politics, will come in its place. But when people are poor, when people are hungry, when people are destitute, they don't make sound political decisions. So we have to fix the economy. We have to get people to live before they can do politics. And when you talk to people, the ordinary people on the street, it's not just George was not saying it. You talk to the ordinary man on the street, you put all the candidates, even supporters of Boyka, of Weah, of Kewon Gonglo, or all of them. If you ask them, and this is the feedback, they will tell you, Whistler, honestly, of all of these people, Mr. Cummings is the worst suited. He has the
in terms of why
he has the pedigree. He has the experience from doing so. He has the necessary connection with the foreign direct investors to bring back investment and jobs in the country. And he has the technical know-how to do it, because you need a very good manager, a very good administrator to be able to utilize organize, mobilize first, and utilize both human, technical, and financial resources to achieve a particular end. And Mr. Cummings is well suited than any of the actors on the stage to do so. Now, our task as CPP is to continue to break this down and explain it to the Liberian people, because I must admit, while people agree that Mr. Cummings is the best suited, I think people also have their own uncertainties that need some clarification. And this is why we are going out and clarifying to people that the kind of man he is, how he intends to do this, and to do this and everything. How he intends to apply his leadership capabilities to resolve issues. This is what we are concerned with, and this is something that we are going to continue to do, and it will continue to accelerate as we go closer.
Even if he names a running mate, because now the running mate thing have become a different issue in our politics of this 2023. I mean, it's a late one. Even if you name a running mate, and maybe Liberian people will say what they consider as a strong ticket, some say weak ticket. As far as we are concerned, Joel stands 95 or 96% were from the incumbent George Weah. So if you have comments and the CPP name a running mate, do you think that you have to do some convincing thing? Yeah, it's the best ticket. Don't look at the running mate. Look at Cummings.
Firstly, I think we're going to produce a strong ticket.
A strong one.
Yeah. But what is more important? Because the naming of vice president has its own value in a democracy, and especially in line with our constitution. The constitution is clear that the vice president assists the president. Okay, the president dedicates responsibilities to the vice president. So you want a vice president who is able to perform such.
To work with the agenda of the president.
Work with the agenda of the president. You got it. And a vice president who will be loyal. A vice president who.
So a loyal vice president.
You can be nice. So what
you don't want to work with a vice president who you don't trust, who you're afraid of. And I'm just saying something.
Don't major on word, major on the context that I'm speaking. On the sentence. Don't be like all that people.
No, just go ahead.
Just one voice on the power and your whole theology around that, and you go to have a call. So it's good to understand the whole context. What I'm saying, yes, the vice president is very important as per our constitution. That's why the constitution says that the vice president assists the president in the execution of the day-to-day activities of the president and vice president. So we will have a vice president that first and foremost believes in the vision and shares in the vision of the standard bearer and the CPP. That is more critical for us. That is more critical, because if our vision, if our understanding of the Liberian reality is that we need to first tackle the economy and get the economy functional for everyone, we must have a vice president that believes in that. Then the other one follows now. How do we make it functional? The standard bearer is the vision bearer, okay? Because he eventually becomes the president. And we know the function of the role of the president. Okay, the president alone has the executive. As per our constitution, the president alone has the executive. You know why? And let me just go to the classroom a little bit.
Go ahead.
One of my graduate specialization is in governance. You know why we say in the legislature, the legislative power is distributed amongst 103 individuals who share that power. In the judiciary, it is distributed among 5 sitting judges of the Supreme Court. In the executive, the president alone is the executive. The president alone. All other people are just there to assist the president. That's why sometimes they are called cabinet minister. Because they are part, they are just part. Yeah, okay. So they work at the will and pleasure of the president. So the president alone is the executive. That's our constitution.
Meaning you have the energy to do all of that.
No, that is the president's vision. Is what the government carries. You know the reason why we have the problem that we have in Liberia today? Because we have our President George Weah, who is incompetent, who is lazy, and who just jolly.
I mean, he won the popular vote. He won the popular vote of the Liberian people.
There's a different argument there. No doubt he won.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying is you have the country where it is because you have a poor leadership. You have a leadership lacking in vision. You have a leadership lacking in competence. And so it doesn't matter some of the cabinet ministers you have, because they have to follow the vision of the president. They have to follow the directive of the president. It's not there. In other words, it is the leadership. You have huge leadership deficit. So because you have huge leadership deficit, the entire country is just on autopilot. That's why corruption is in the city and everywhere. But if you have a president or leadership that is clear in vision, or leadership that is clear and knows how to revive the economy, how to get people back to job, you will find out that that vision is translated to those who serve as his cabinet. Because everything rises and falls on the leadership. This is the reason why, for me as a person, I am convinced. You convinced about Cummings? I have been around in politics for more than 20 years. From a young boy time, I was a student.
You convinced?
I was a student leader, or youth leader, or national political leader, even a church leader, and I have worked with different kinds of leadership in this country, and I am convinced first about where we are right now. Where we are right now, it is about the economy. And if you look at those,
the economy first.
Yeah, those who's running, Mr. Cummings is the most well suited to take the economy from where it is.
I hear one or two people talk about stronghold. Where is your stronghold? Maybe well, hold on. Listen now. No. So you at least you respond to some of our calls, because there are some other political parties who play calls and say no.
I join the flow.
Yes, we don't have it. This was the main issue. I'm coming to it. But this one for the National Elections Commission, I hope you're taking this into your own chat room and all of that. The phase one of the voter registration exercise. You have Monserrato. The Grand Bazaar now dropping the third. So you have Monserrato, Mangi becoming second, Grand Bazaar, and the rest of the counties. Are you strategizing in terms of registered voters?
That's strategizing.
I just want to know.
I will have no value on the communist team. That's what I do. Whether it is in politics or out of politics, I do analysis, strategy making for a living. That's what I do. Now, we come to the first round of the voter.
The phase one.
Phase one. Phase one was only 6 counties. So let me just get it for the public. So we don't know the position, but it's clear from the first phase, 1.4 million people that registered. It's also clear that Montserrat County remains the most populated. We wait to see the other county, but I don't think any other county going to exceed Montserrat County because nearly 36-37% of the entire pool of registrants or more were from Montserrat. So we got that. We got Basel also. In fact, there is on the average a 3.1% increase in the voter registration across the six counties. That is aggregate. But if you look at it technically, it is disappointing that Bomi County and Cape Mount, Bomi County and Bapolo register or decline.
Yes.
In voter.
Even district number 4, the population is high, 79,000.
So we do that. I will not do that analysis here, but we do that.
Okay.
We look at now in terms of what the voters are. I'm not going to discuss my strategy.
Okay, that's part of the strategy.
But I just need to be aware we follow. This is what makes us CPP. This is what makes Team Cummins. We don't basically ourselves causing noise.
You look worried.
Me? You see me wear my glasses today.
Great. So let's go to what I'm calling for.
Let me tell the public. I am more confident today of Mr. Cummins winning than I was even of last week. Every day I'm growing confidence. Honestly, this is not politics. I am just telling you my God's feeling. We will win this thing. Mr. Cummins will win this. It will not be an easy fight. It is not going to be a walk in the park. We know it. That's why we are working. But I can tell the Liberian people out there, don't mind all the propaganda. Oh, no, communicate with this and that. The number of people, silent people, because the Cummins people are not people who visit us on Facebook. We're going to win this thing.
All right, so
we're going to win it.
You're going to win it. Okay, let's bring you the main thing that I invited you for. Now, I see you. It's good that, the same truck that helped to hold the crush rack the same to the executive mansion. At the end of the day, they say, I trust you don't pass it from the marshal. Yeah, so let's go to the real one.
Yeah, you think you are Trump. Let me say this to you, the Liberian people. But and this one, it will seem selfish, but my record in this country, when I get involved in the political process, I never do it because of me. Whether or not, and I give you one example. In 2005, I was head of the Federation of Liberian Youth.
Okay.
We were only 2 that were of consequence in the youth community. I represented the youth of Liberia. That was Rufus Newell, who was a youth representative in the legislature, and I was the president of the Federation of Liberian Youth in the region. And the 2 of us, the 2 voices, were the leading voices in the youth community. When I decided to cast my lot for Madam Salif, and Rufus went to George Weah at the time. After the elections, Madam Salif offered me to be assistant minister for youth and sports. I told her I didn't help you because I wanted a job in government.
Okay.
It is history. It's on the record. I never joined her government. I turned it down until 2008, when she again made an overture. The same thing in 2011, when Madam Salif asked me to be her campaign coordinator for the Unity Party. Right after that election, it is on record here. Madam Salif offered me to stay and elevate me to minister. At the time, she wanted me to go as Minister of Youth and Sport. I turned it down. Again, I said, I didn't help you because I wanted a job. I left this country for almost 3 years to go to school. I told her, I'm going. Because I had that before, that I'm just going to help you to win the elections. And then right after the elections, I'm off. I'm not even going to stay for your inauguration. And I kept my word. Again, I am moved in this thing, and when we put the CPP together, because of where the country is. I work in Madam Salif government. I know that we made a lot of progress because of our leadership. There were some mistakes. There were some issues. Now, to have this country going, you need a competent leadership to build on it and to take the country to the next level. Unfortunately, Mr. Weah came in the last 5 years. He has subtracted and brought the country backwards. Now, to take the country from where we are now, we need that kind of leadership again. And this is why I am convinced that Mr. Cummins is. That's why I'm putting myself to it. I haven't joined his party. I will not join his party because that's not what I am about.
Okay.
If I would join his party, it would be for different reasons, but not because of this. But I believe strongly where the country is right now. I'm doing it for my children. I'm doing it for my family, for my friends, for posterity to come. So he is the best person, and I'm going to help him to win, just as I helped Madam Sally to win her election.
Great, George Wisner. What's your take? I'm seeing a lot of people own reaction, and counter reaction of the recent statement of the U.S. ambassador to Liberia, Michael Makate. He says, in the past weeks, I visited Bombing, Bapulu, and 4 counties in the southeast, and I have now been in every county in Liberia, according to the U.S. ambassador to Liberia. This fulfills my promise to the U.S. Congress to be an ambassador to Liberia, not just in Monrovia. That's what Makati have said. I'm happy to report that each capital city has its own unique bundle of trade and cultural ties. But at some point in time, with this report, he got disappointed within the health sector. Quote unquote, the Telawalan Memorial Hospital in Lofa County, he said there are some other facilities across U.S. taxpayers' money. 600 million of our American money was pumped into Liberia for what I visited. I'm not encouraged at all. What's your take on this U.S. ambassador's statement? Some feels that, well, his continued release is getting so pressing into Liberian politics. What's your take? If you want to respond behind the CPP or as an individual, well, you can go out of them.
Well, Mr. Cummings has already made a statement on this, so he's the official spokesperson of the CPP. But let me say first, the U.S. ambassador represents his country's interest in this country. And as long as he is speaking in line with that, I don't think, firstly, you must ask, what is he talking about? Is it factual? Is it something that also affects America? I know some time ago when the ambassador talked about people in the diaspora talking loosely, people never questioned the ambassador, including the government. They were happy. Now, what are some of the things the ambassador spoke about in his release? The ambassador first said that the United States government is one of the biggest donors to Liberia healthcare system and other development priorities. That's number one. So that gives them some interest. Number two, he was specific again. He said the U.S. intend through bilateral arrangement to spend $40 million to build a laboratory in Liberia that will require the Liberian government spending at least $3 to $4 million a year to maintain that laboratory. So if they are going to be spending $40 million and it will require $3 to $4 million, they will have interest to know whether or not this project will be sustained over time. Then he goes on to say, I have taken a tour of the country, and from my observation, from what I've seen, it is not just a health facility. I know why they always put me on health. He said, but from what I see, even the healthcare institutions in the rural parts of the country, they are underfunded. In some cases, monies that were promised to them in the budget have not been delivered. They don't have medical supplies. They don't have this. They don't have that. He stated it there. Okay? Now, if this guy is going to be spending $40 million and the government is required to spend $3 million a year, and then you see even monies that were budgeted for these health facilities in places that he visited, those hospitals, those health posts were complaining of not being funded or not seeing the money. Yeah, it's budgeted on paper, but they are not feeling it. Then he was specific again. He went up further. He wants such incident. He said in one such center, that was the service center, in addition to the health post, he also visited service centers. You know, under Madam Sally, these service centers were created. It was like integrated, where you have a lot of government functionaries in one place, in one building. Now, he is saying in one of these health centers, he realized that they've said that they have not received allocation for 5 years. And for 4 out of the 5 years, he said they couldn't even print marriage certificates because the printers have broken down. These are specifics that he talked about. And he said this is disheartening, because when we look at the budget, we see that the government has all of these on the budget line. But in actuality, for what I see, these people are saying they have not. And even though we ourselves have contributed. Then to close up, he said, the legislature under our democracy, we built after American.
Yeah, that's the senators, senator representatives spend 65 million.
Under our democracy, under our system of governance, the legislature is responsible for appropriation. Okay, when the executive makes the draft budget, they send it to the legislature. It's the legislature that appropriates. But then he said, instead of addressing these development challenges, what the legislature does, it makes itself happy first. It appropriates up to itself 65 million. Is it a fact or not? You heard some time ago last year, Mr. Cummings, I think last year or year for the last, Mr. Cummings was the only opposition leader on record in this country of even criticizing the legislature when they decided to appropriate $30,000, if you remember at that time. Even some of his colleagues in the CPP at the time, felt that he was very disrespectful because some of
each lawmaker signing 30K.
Exactly, at that time. So what the ambassador is saying, or is it because what the ambassador is saying, is it true or not? The government should come up. Now, I listened to the government response. Does the government deny what the ambassador is saying? No. What the government does is to deflect the argument. The ambassador is citing specific situations of health posts not receiving allocations that are in the budget and everything. The government comes out to say, you made reference, ambassador, of providing 60 million. But the 60 million that you talk about, you give the government, not all the 60 million came to us. Most of it went to NGOs sponsored by USAID. Only a small portion came to us. But you didn't address the issue. The small portion that came to you, the ambassador is saying, how did you utilize it? Number two, the government comes up in their response, I look at it, and we emphasize that we are investing, or we intend to invest in the healthcare system. And it is evident by the budget. If you look at the budget, and the government went and indicated from Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, look at their response. They started indicating how much amounts were allocated to different health centers. That is not the issue. The issue, the ambassador is saying, yes, we don't deny that you have made this allocation. The fact of the matter here is, between allocation and actualization is zero. Those health posts are saying they have not received it. What I expected the government response to say was that, okay, you said this, let's try to investigate. Why is this not happening? But the government will not do so. You know why the government will not do so? Because this government is big on corruption. And by the way, let me close on this. Look at the 2022 CPR, the Corruption Perception Index on this government. This government ranks 142 out of 180 countries when it comes to corruption. So it's not anything new. The ambassador said that the government is all in on. We all know that this government is ratting corrupt. They steal. They steal.
You intend to prosecute the CPP. Wins the presidency, he intends to prosecute, go after those who have.
One thing Mr. Cummings has said, when the CPP assumes leadership, there is going to be an audit. He's not going to witch hunt people. We're not going to persecute people just on allegation or perception of corruption. But they can rest assured, we are going to audit. We are going to audit. And when people are found wanting, they will face the law. That is one thing clear. There will not be impunity.
Okay.
Mr. Cummings has said that over and again.
All right.
You can steal from the poor Liberian people, they go impunity.
Tough talking, Josh Wisner from the CPP Live of also the Breakfast Show. We'll take call for the next 5 minutes. We're out of time already. Let's see if we can pick a few calls up on the issue and this calls here. 0770-153-265, 0777-405017. If you have some calls, we're gonna take call for the next 5 minutes or so. Then we'll...
let me take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Martha and O'Neill. Good morning to the veteran CEO, Mr. George Wilson. My name is Smith Oslover. I joined this morning for the Uncle Saying the Electoral Center. Mr. Wilson, we can clear this morning. Only a matter as of next month, there will be huge adjustment. People will be coming from various political parties joining the CPP, getting their support to Mr. Cummings. And we all record for that. Mr. Cummings said, I'm chairman for the CPP at the time. The CPP were on the red trajectory. Whether you're from the ALP, you're from the United Party, Cummings supported everybody that was on the CPP ticket. But unfortunately, when the former vice president took over the CPP was Jackla, the Liberian people were watching, they will make a decision come 2023.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Baka. Good morning, and good morning to Honorable Wisdom. My name is Anna Palmer, and Honorable Confident. Let me appreciate Honorable Wisdom and Collaboration. Honorable Wisdom, if the people of Labrador give the opportunity to Honorable Kumi as president of the nation, and will you take the opportunity to serve in your government, or will you reject it? Thank you so much.
Become Deputy Minister 2011 again saying no, I don't want to be a minister proper youth and sports. Yes, let's see if I can pick the last call all the time already. We have commitment of the Talking Drum studio, so let's pick this call. It should be our last call. Morning. Good morning. Okay, this person is off the line. Yes, he can respond time of fast span. Yes, a tough question now.
Well, my brother, let's focus on winning the elections.
Okay.
Obviously, my skills and talent will be at the disposal of Mr. Cummings to help draft the economic agenda. In what capacity?
Let me pick out Eugene name. You'll be around. Let's pick out. Yes, that's what name. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let me say good morning to the strategist. I love to call him. That way. Mr. Wishno, I'll say good morning to you and thanks for the deliberation this morning. O'Neill, on this running mate thing, Mr. Wishno said it very clearly, but just to buttress him, the reason why you are not hearing who becomes Cummings running mate on the social media, on the radio, it's just because, as Mr. Wishno said, yes, we are very much organized. Mr. Cummings is having conversation with serious Liberians, and one of those people will be named very soon. But the thing is, the bottom line is, we are not commercializing that sort. That's why you don't really hear much. You don't hear noise. So the noise will be on the other side because people are soliciting financial gains from it. But the CPP, very responsible, very organized. We are not into that kind of business. We are very serious. We are looking, or Mr. Cummings is looking, for somebody that shares his vision. God forbid, when he's no more, that person will continue on the path where he stopped, and then Liberia will still rise, even if Mr. Cummings is no more. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, yes, you get close up in the next 1 minute. What of time already? Yes.
I mean, it's always good when I'm here with you. But look, I want to say to the Liberian people, we appreciate your patience, your tolerance. We have work to do in this country. We can afford another 6 years of what we've experienced in the last 5 years. And Mr. Cummings is the way to go. We are asking you to join this welcome. Let's talk to our brothers. Let's talk to our sisters. Talk to your children. Talk to your husband. Talk to your wife. We shouldn't make the mistake. We need to fix the economy. We need to bring jobs back to this country. We need to bring the companies back to this country. We need to put bread on people's table. We need to get our brothers and sisters out of the slums, out of the ghetto. And Mr. Cummings, no disrespect to the other people, he has the pedigree and he is the best qualified and suited to do this.
Thank you so much. Thanks for accepting my timely invitation. At least you always throw it up when placing a dime in your call. Well, this is our go home on the TBS today. Thanks. And this is open up to every other political parties. Now we're knocking your doors. So whenever we call the CPP, they show up.
Sometimes
they show
call
up.
The people, they all come together and face each other.
Okay, you want to face them?
But that time,
okay, I'll play one.
We want to go to the Liberian people. That's the Liberian people. Our Judah, therefore, bring it on in. You can even bring 3 against me.
I'll play one. I'll take one from the CDC, one from the United Party, and you represent the CPP. Thank you so much, John Wisner. Thanks to the entire team this morning that for going on our weekend break of the breakfast show. Augustine, that of Corey's Kanga will be on the Friday edition of the TBS. Richard Lucini, Maka Davis. My name is Oni Roberts. In the midst of all, country friends, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.